Good morning, or good evening, good night, whatever. Whenever you're watching this video, it's Mike from Mike's Diabetes World. You know, I'm just sort of starting the day. I woke up low again. Surprise, surprise. But now, I'm back where I should be. Yes. So let's see how long I can hold this for. Hopefully for a while. Now today I want to talk to you about my life as always having low blood sugars and what it did to affect my life. Now, for years, I was always, the traditional diabetic. I was high, and then I was low, or lows would happen occasionally. I did not really have a problem until my late 40s, I guess. And then all of a sudden, I was going low, boom, low, and then my doctor originally wrote it off saying, well, it's probably because, sorry, my hair's a mess up there. No, you gotta control your blood sugars better. I do. I try eating and I just keep having these low blood sugars. And I've mentioned in other videos, when I was in the hospital one time for this, they put me into a high acuity unit, which is your room is pretty much in a fishbowl. I mean, you have all glass along one side of your room. And it was there, they wanted to show that I wouldn't have low blood sugar when I was in there. And guess what? First hours within there, I started having low blood sugars. And what it showed was I was having these low blood sugars on my own. I wasn't shooting up. But when I got out and got home and was having more of these low blood sugars all the time, I really wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go outside to do anything. And thinking back on it, yeah, in a way it could be a good idea, but on the way it could be a bad idea. I started breaking away from most of my friends. And that does no one any good. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do them any good. I might go low. I had good friends that took me out and We had some good times. But, you know, so often we worse the fear. We fear the what could be. And a lot of times things don't happen that way. And of course, at that point, it didn't think, boom, maybe take a glucometer with you. I had an insulin pump at that time, but it was really an older insulin pump. And it didn't have any sort of sensor to read my blood sugar back. And you know, that could really be terrible. Thinking back, how did we survive? Like, even before insulin pumps and stuff, how did we survive as diabetics? But I made it through those years. And thinking way back, and I was in Brittle Hospital. Yeah, I've spent a long time in hospital, guys, with diabetes. And the doctor just kind of gave up on it. He didn't sort of give up on me. He kind of said, I don't know what's going on. Diabetes isn't my forte. So I'm going to try to get you into a diabetic specialist. Well, he got me into a diabetic specialist, and this was years before we had Vancouver Coast and everything. But it was at UBC, and I spent the whole summer out at UBC, and it was probably one of the best times I ever had in hospital. And I don't mean that to be, oh well, yes, he's just dreaming he could be in hospital the whole time. No, but when we were able to get out, we could go. There was so much. There was a museum on the site. You could easily get around. You could go to the stores area, and I met up with a few people who were there for mainly, not for diabetes, but for mainly other ailments. It was on its growth as becoming more a research hospital. Now, it's important to realize that during that time I was there, I would have these lows. And it was, I think, the beginning of my brittleness showing through. And I mean, when I was out and at work, I would be working with a high blood sugar. And I'm talking, this is many years ago, before I kind of clued in. But I didn't really have too much problems. The only time I would really have problems, I would end up back with DKA. And now that I'm trying to do things right, doesn't work. Sorry. Well, sometimes it works, but if my body decides, for whatever reason, putting myself under stress or sends me way berserk, then it's hard to control. It is one of the worst things I ever had. And I still think in a few of the, if an endocrinologist meets me for the first time, in the back of their mind they're going, he's got to be shooting up. He's got to be shooting up. I'm not. Everything is recorded on my pump. I'm not craving attention or whatever the current reasons are, or I don't have enough to keep me busy in life. And I'm thinking, I can see where they're all coming from, but my body doesn't react to the same ways other diabetics react. And, a lot of times people kind of shut down, oh well, he must be doing something. And I'm not. But if you're going through my time, you want to make sure that you don't shut yourself off. Make sure you have your insulin pumps. Have your kit with you. And shut off but make sure you have your glucometer with you. Insulin if you need it. But keep in mind, you need to allow your body to figure things out. Don't play around with insulin. God forbid, don't play around with it. I've seen the effects. I've been in many times in the hospitals where teenagers would come in and playing around with the insulin, whether it's they were young and wanted to go to being a thin, oh, I want to look great in my bathing suit. I'll just keep my blood sugar high. I'll be peeing a lot, and you get into the whole point of hiding it from your parents, and it doesn't work, guys. Don't try it. I've been through many support groups of people with diabetes, and I've heard the stories. You start locking yourself away. You don't want to be a part of anything. Keep that in mind. And try to be the best diabetic you can. Have a great day. And when I say be the best diabetic you can, you don't have to measure up to anyone else. Just be the best you can, and only you know how good you can be, and you'll surprise yourself. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.